So this is Andrea Aguirre. I don't know if I'm on air, but I'm here to talk about Coachella with Michelle.
You are on air. This is exciting.
Awesome.
So
So,
let's talk about Coachella.
so amazing. 3-day festival, one of the biggest in the country. Obviously, a great time no matter who's playing, but there were so many amazing artists over the weekend. Who would you say was your number one pick?
Okay, so I've heard a lot of the other artists. So my favorite one is Bozzy. I know it sounds kind of weird, but he's kind of new, right? So,
He is
um,
fairly new, yeah.
hmm so I love.
During his set, he actually talked about how he was at Coachella 2 years ago in the crowd and how much he wanted to be on stage and like wanted to be a part of the festival. So it was so cool that he got to be on the main stage this year.
Yeah, and
He
he
put on
was
such an awesome performance.
he was really good. I was really impressed by his images that he chose. His music was awesome. He was very humble.
Definitely.
He
Yes.
dressed, I love the chain on him and the stocking on the
Yeah, he dresses
arm.
like a superstar.
He did, didn't he? Like it was awesome. I love his fashion. I love his song Beautiful. That was
Yes,
awesome.
that's one of his top songs right now. And I have to say, though, my favorite of his is definitely Mine. It's probably one of the most romantic songs on the air right now.
He
And
is so sappy.
he is. But I'm surprised. I'm glad that you really liked his show. I know that, because he's so new, a lot of people aren't really familiar with his stuff except for, those two songs, which are so viral right now. But he definitely put on a great show. And I got to say, my top pick was Billie Eilish, but Ariana Grande put on an amazing show. Her performance was stellar.
And who is the guest artist?
Oh, Justin Bieber. I couldn't believe it. Justin Bieber actually just announced that he was taking time off from singing and from making music to focus on his marriage and his mental health. So when he showed up, I was just so shocked. It was a huge surprise. And apparently it wasn't planned, so
Yeah, that was
it was
that was
quite.
super awesome. We were really close to the artist as well. I was very
Yes,
thrilled.
we got so close. I got so many great videos, and I can't wait to share them all on social media. Such an exciting performance.
Let's talk about Blackpink. I kind of discovered them on Instagram actually.
Oh, yes, Blackpink. I can't remember where I heard about Blackpink,
Yeah.
but I heard that they were coming to Coachella. They're one of the first major K-pop groups to do a big festival like this in the U.S., so it was a big deal. They played Sahara Stage, and again, an amazing performance. The visuals were so incredible, and it's so amazing that they can all sing, but their dancing is phenomenal.
Yeah, they dance
And you
really,
really have
really
to be
well.
like front and center to see it.
Yeah, they dance. They were excellent dancer, and it's just so feminine, right? And I've been, not girly, but feminine, and I really love their moves.
Right. Yeah.
So it's
They
Rose, Jenny, Jisoo, and Lisa, and they started in 2018. What's your favorite song there?
oh, I would have to say Whistle. Whistle is probably my favorite of theirs, but I'm still discovering their music, and I don't speak any Korean at all. But
Yeah, me
hearing
neither.
them makes me want to learn because their music is just so phenomenal.
Yeah, I like do do.
Oh yeah,
It just
that
sounds,
one is
but it's
fun.
just awesome. Yeah, it's just fun and it's very lighthearted. Nothing serious. It's kind of nice. I think some. Do you like Kill This Love? Stay.
Oh yes, that was actually I heard that one for the first time
Yeah.
when they played it, and that was really good. I would say every song that they played was excellent. They picked exactly the right songs to play for this show.
And what's your other favorite artist?
Well, I did mention Billie Eilish, and I have to say, she's also fairly new to the scene. Um, she started producing music when she was 15, and now she's almost 17. And this she's kind of skyrocketed to fame, and the fame has definitely had a negative impression on her. It's made a negative impression on her.
Yep.
So she's kind of gone from making this kind of light poppy music to making some really dark, depressing stuff. But she is such a genius when it comes to writing. You really feel all of the emotion in her lyrics. And I actually cried during one of her songs. I cried during When the Party's Over.
Aww. Yeah, so while you went to the car to get a jacket, I went in to see John Hopkins. And John Hopkins is an English musician, and he does electronic music. I really didn't know what to expect because, he was kind of new to me, but I was in the front row, basically. And I found out that he was playing keyboard for Imogen Heap, and he was produced and contributed to albums by Brian Eno, Coldplay, David Helms, and other people. And I was just really blown away by his music. Like, it just leads me. It's kind of like walking to do a journey. Sometimes, it's very vibrational. Sometimes it goes down, but there's like drama. It's almost like tasting wine. Like, you can feel every emotions that music brings you. And I love his images as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked the music that we played in the car afterwards.
Yeah.
And I would really love to hear more of his stuff and see more of what he's about. Obviously, all of the artists at Coachella are there for a reason, right? They're all excellent musicians, excellent artists, and Coachella is such a great place to go to explore and get a little sampling of what there is to offer. And
let's talk about the art. I mean, the art installations this year they are amazing.
Yes.
What is your favorite art installation?
I really loved Spectra. Apparently, it's fairly new, and it's going to be on display for the next 3 years at Coachella. And it is just such a beautiful, colorful installation that's great during the day to go inside and explore, but also really beautiful at night from a distance. The fact that they added those swirling lights just makes it such an incredibly beautiful piece. And that was definitely my favorite.
Yeah, I liked Spectra, and I also love the robot one, the hippie.
Oh yeah. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that one is it's interesting. So basically, they have a number of robots there, and they're just doing mundane activities like making sure that the art frames are straight. Cleaning things. It's almost like very OCD, but
Oh yeah.
but it was like super super awesome, and it's like live performances.
Yes, there were actually performance artists involved in this piece, putting on the show inside and interacting with the different pieces of this installation, like the actual art. It made it really interesting, but also really funny.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, the idea of hippos trying to get to space is pretty hilarious. It is definitely one of the more fun, interactive pieces of art at Coachella, despite the fact that it's not visually, stunning. It's not super colorful. It's not super eye-catching, but it's so interesting, right?
Yeah.
You see this spaceship from a distance, and you're kind of like, oh, what is this? And you go up and you find out, oh, it's hippos trying to get to space. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So that was definitely fun.
Yeah, I love
that. And speaking of space, that spaceman, the astronaut.
The astronaut moves. So there is a giant
Yes.
spaceman there. There's a giant astronaut. And the cool thing about it is that it moves from place to place.
And when I first saw it, I had no idea that it moved. And it wasn't until much later in the weekend that I realized, oh, this is in a totally different space from when I first saw it. And apparently, it is a traveling piece. It was originally at Coachella maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and they've brought it back from a tour. And little bits and pieces have been added to this work since its first installation, and that just adds to the story and adds to the beauty of it. And it really is a stunning piece from a distance when it's placed alongside Spectra or the trees or the giant cactus installation.
So we have like 1 minute. Like for people who haven't been to Coachella, what is, that one advice that you want to provide to the community?
I would say get there early. Make sure that you have the time to explore all of the different artworks because there are so many that, you forget. It's not just a music festival, it's also about the art.
We have not talked about fashion yet, but I'm hoping that we can be in the air again to talk a little bit about Coachella fashion.
Yeah, sounds great. Let's get together next week.
Yeah, I did. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think we did really well. Like going there at 11 a.m., coming back at 3 a.m. every day,
Yeah,
and actually
yep,
going through every single item on our list. That was excellent.
yeah. It was such an amazing time.
So I want to thank you, and we are gonna speak again soon, hopefully on Coachella.
Yes, so I'll talk to you next week.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye, take care.
Take care.